All right, so this is the first episode of the. Actually, I haven't thought of a name for it yet. Starting off real well um, for
Wonderful,
this,
wonderful.
but this is the first episode of a podcast that I had like out of nowhere just thought of, and I thought, damn, that'd be a cool idea. And my first guest is Chap, the owner of
Hello.
RNG SMP. Say
Hello,
hello.
hello. Hello.
And I got permission from him, even though I probably didn't need it, but I wanted to make sure just in case.
You didn't no, no, no.
I still didn't want to like go around the entire Discord like,
You're
would you
fine.
want to be in this podcast? I mean, no, I wanted to make sure.
You're
But
fine, you're fine.
oh god, I as soon as had this idea, I was like, I would bring it up to him and got the green light, and I've been like shaking with excitement over this. So, like, I am thoroughly excited for it.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, man. It's great.
Yeah, and I have a lineup of questions
Okay.
for you.
Proper,
Some of
like,
them,
interview style. Okay, okay.
yeah, pretty much, yeah. But some of them are tailored towards you because you are the owner of the server and whatnot, and
Oh,
it's
alright,
like
cool.
what I want to know and maybe
Alright.
what other people want to know. So,
Yeah, no
first
problem.
question is, since you are the owner of the server, what was the initial drive to start yep, the SMP, or the initial inspiration?
The
Like,
origins where the inspiration started.
yeah,
It went back a while, everybody's got that server that they played when they were a teenage, with their friends and everything.
yeah,
Um, at least for myself anyway, I know that other people tend to do this as well, but you find yourself longing for days gone, right?
yeah.
So naturally wanted to kick something like that up again. And it first started out with a friend that one of our current staff members started, LB. She's a personal IRL friend of mine. And
Hmm.
she started a server that we played on with just like a small, tight-knit group of friends. Um, but naturally, because it's a small group, it didn't really last for long.
Of
Um,
course.
so I still had that feeling of I want to do something more. And that's where both me and LB sat down and started discussing different ideas for a server. And we were like, well, how would we want to go about this? Would we want it as, a small group of friends again and just put more effort into it, or do we want to go public with it? We're like, you know what, why not? Let's go public with it, see what happens. We're like, well, first off, we need an idea. We started going all between these different ideas and stuff. Like, we had concepts of like faction-based SMPs. We had the
Okay.
concepts of like sci-fi fantasy ones and everything,
Ooh.
dimension travel ones, and then ultimately we landed on like a D&D type style,
Right.
with inspirations from games, with like Skyrim, World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
Guild Wars, all different kind of stuff. And we're like, you know what? It'd be cool if we could make like our own little RPG type server. And so that's where we went with that, and here we are
Well,
today.
yeah. Here we are today, with a great community, in my
Thank you,
eyes.
thank you. Yeah, they're wonderful people. I'm surprised
Yeah.
things actually skyrocket the way they did. Wasn't expecting it.
I mean, it's great, honestly. It's awesome. You
Yeah,
know,
there's some lovely people in here.
yeah. Met some new friends. Played with friends that I've already made. In my experience, mainly Benny, because well, they were actually the ones to introduce me to the server.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh, Benny, along with Bun, who unfortunately no longer plays on the server.
Yeah, I remember
But
Bon.
yeah, Bun was pretty funny. And
Yeah, Bon's cool.
yeah. Um, let's see, who else did I know before I joined the server? I'm trying to think. I don't think many people. I mean, I've seen Shauna on Benny's streams and whatnot, and like Jesse, Toffee. I don't know if I've seen on Benny's streams. I probably have. And I think Short as well.
Hmm.
But besides that, those are the only people that I knew before RNG, and now I know Bezo, I know, like you said, LB, I know Peachy, I know basically the entire server with the exception of a few because they're not as active. But
Yeah.
a lot of the people I would not have met had I not joined the server, and I'm still thankful for that to this day.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm glad that it could bring that together. Like
Yeah.
a good like 80% of the server is new people for me. I only knew like a couple of people when I
Yeah.
started because it's like, well, let me invite in a few people that I already know, and then
Yeah.
we'll go from there. So I'm in the same boat of like pretty much everybody else was new to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to join because I was like, damn, that actually does seem fun. And here I am with the failing business, but make do with what you have.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, it's not like Dean can just make the most ungodly powerful axe in the world. It's I figured out that it can do 70 damage with a strength 3 potion on its own.
70.
Yeah, that's crit damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous.
I
But
hit like paper compared to everyone else these days.
gotta go,
Oh,
man. No,
no.
I'm joking. But I've only given that out to 2 people, I think, or 3.
Mm.
I could be wrong. That one of them being Bezo, another one being LB, and then I think I gave one to Peachy. I could be wrong on that,
Okay.
but it hits like a truck. But only drawback is that it has a very slow attack rate, so you can't like constantly do it. So
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
that's the only drawback, which is good.
Nice.
that is the only drawback, and I'm thankful that it is.
I rely on my book of spells. That's what I do.
Yeah, I got hit by one of those.
Oh, they're pretty beefy sometimes under the right circumstance.
I remember during the pirate ship event, I had just laughed at something because I think Shauna had made you go or sent you up at one point, and I just laughed a little bit. The next thing I know, I'm dead. And all of a sudden, you hear what? Because I got hit with it instead. I was like, "What did I do?" All I did was laugh. But
Uh,
now I know not to
I'm a bit
stare.
confused. I'm a bit confused. I'm not.
No, you're good. You're good. It was funny, to be honest. Just the chat message that I sent. Just what?
I remember the clip from the stream was really good.
Yeah.
It's
It's like cut off.
It just cuts out halfway. It's so good.
It's so good. Oh, jeez. That was a good one. There are several
It was.
clips from people that I have. One of the most recent ones of Silver's is the one where I just yell out the soup.
Oh my god. I've not seen recent clips lately. I'm gonna have to check those out.
That one's funny because I thought that they were going to my shop at Taish, and I heard soup and I immediately tabbed back in to make sure that they weren't there, and I said I had to tab back in just to make sure you guys didn't go to my shop. They're like, oh well, now we are. So raced over there, drained out the blood. Next thing I know, Benny's in it again, and I unmute and I just yell out the soup, and I muted again, and I just started dying. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I was laughing so hard.
Tinker's fluid is universally known as soup now across
Yes,
the
it is.
servers.
And it's great.
Wouldn't want to drink that myself. Not gonna lie.
It's
Wouldn't
not
wanna do
recommended.
that. Yeah, especially not with that many people that already sat in it. So
Yeah,
sounds like a health hazard.
a little bit. Especially the kinds of metals and the fact that you can put just sand in it and it becomes glass. That's delicious.
Yeah.
Best soup in the town.
I shall not dispute that.
Yeah. Alright, so my next question is, so I heard, when I joined, I heard that there was like a story before the, like, story arcs, but I only heard only a little bit about that. What was that?
Oh god,
And
that is a story and a half.
where did the ideas for the arcs come about? Like,
Oh
what was the
god,
inspiration for
right.
that as well?
The arcs that are currently ongoing?
Yes, the regional
Oh,
arcs.
God. Right, so the original story was being written by Primo that's in the server.
Right.
He doesn't play anymore, but and it's because I underestimated how much work things would be to own and manage a server.
Right.
I'd done it in the past with like little servers with my friends and stuff, but
Mhm.
as a public server, it's my first time doing it. and I really underestimated it. So the workload just hit me like a fucking truck.
Oof.
So I myself didn't have time to write the story. We had the concept that we wanted to do. With like it started out, with the people, missing and everything from Centris and the King's Gone and
Hmm.
everything. And we had ideas what we wanted to do with that moving forward. But I physically did not have the time to write it or to go through anything. Because everything else needs to be, there was mod work that needs to be done. There was managing the community, in the
All right.
Discord, in game, and on Twitter, and everything. It was a lot. And I didn't have a staff team at the time. It was just
Ooh.
myself and LB. That was just us.
Oh no.
Um, yeah. So Primo, graciously was like, "Look, I'll write the story for you. Then you can focus on, just making sure everything it
Like
gets
community
set up and
management,
everything."
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, right, that's cool. Yeah, sure, why not? So we started out with him doing the first event, and Primo, the way he wanted to structure a story was pretty much like point A to point B and like tell a story in between that. Um, so it was like just you're listen to like this bit of dialogue, and go here to this, and then you hear these bits of dialogue.
Hmm.
We had voice actors for a while as well, like other characters that aren't in
Yeah.
here anymore. Like you'll notice there's a member in the server called Eon. He
Yeah.
he voiced a character who was dubbed as NT for the time, which was like a narrator.
Hmm.
And so he was going to be set up to be like one of our like mystery like villains and stuff. And we had frequent voice acted things and everything. And it started out with oh god, what was the first event? I think the very first event was the orb above Centris.
Which is
Was
now
it?
gone.
Yeah, that's gone now. The orb was above Centris. And God, I can't remember what the plot behind that thing was. I think it was supposed to be like statements of power from like this like higher up or some shit.
Huh.
Um, and as was the cross in the strain, that's still there to this day.
I don't know if I found.
um,
I know. I think one of the old members, Haster, uh, they had set up near an old lore thing,
hmm.
and I was like, "Oh God, how did you find this?" Just said, "I don't know. I came across it." I
Yeah,
was like,
there's a
"What?"
huge castle floating in the sky if you
Yeah,
haven't seen that.
yeah, I saw
The
that.
the cross is right by that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm. I'll have to
And
go
that
check.
story, it got really ambitious really fucking quickly, and with a small team, it just wasn't possible for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so it was a lot of setup time in between things. Like just to set up the cross and everything there alone took a very long time
Yeah.
because at the time it was just myself building it. Derek, he helped a little bit, and
Yeah.
Jesse helped with some world edit and stuff when he was still on the server.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was just taking a lot of time. So I then was like, well, people are gonna want to do something in the meantime, so let me try and set up just like a mini story
Mm-hmm.
of things to do, which was the first event where you go to the testing site, which was the end frame, the broken end frames and stuff,
Right.
where you read the first journal of Fellerin, and that's where that happened. And so from then on, the feedback from that was good, and then the one after that was good. So then I put out the poll of like, because of the time that it takes to set up these current story events, would people want us to just continue this thing as a side story, or have it be the main
Make
focus
that the
instead of what?
main.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for which everybody in the server, literally everybody, voted for the side story that I was writing to be the main story, which I was not prepared for. It's like, oh fuck. So at that point is when I also, hired on a staff team.
Yeah.
So I could write stuff and they could manage things.
Mm-hmm.
And the province arcs were born. They're not perfect, but they're a work in progress. There's big stuff to come in the future regarding them.
Yeah.
The
Which I'm
nudge,
excited
nudge,
for.
wink, wink, 1 year anniversary event. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But Primo's story, it was good. It was very fantastic, but it was very, very ambitious to the point of where
Right.
it would need us to have
More people and more time.
That
Right.
and also we would have needed multiple world instances as well.
Jeez.
Because Primo's story was going to be set spanning across multiple worlds and stuff.
Jeez.
Because it was supposed to be like this huge game or something like that. Like, you know, there's like this upper race of gods or something that, you know, I think it was about 7 gods or something that were all dictated a planet each.
Oh boy.
And their goal was to try and create, you know, the most viable life form and, you know, viable planet and stuff. So, you know, they could toy with whatever they want, do whatever they want, and that's what the cross and the orb were. They were like points of power showing like, you know, well, I can just do whatever the fuck I want.
Hmm.
But yet the party didn't know that at the time. They were just kind of popping up in place and like, what in the fuck is this?
Who
But
turned off
it
the
was
sun?
very, yeah, it was very, very, very ambitious.
No kidding.
We still might have callbacks to it here in the future or
Mhm.
something, maybe, but it was a good story. It was a very good story.
Yeah, it sounds like
From
it.
what he told me and like what he was planning and everything. It was really good. It's just sadly, you know, manpower at the time, you know, just
Yeah.
what was doable, just it wasn't really feasible.
Right.
Still got countless respect for the guy for even doing it. You know,
Yeah,
he had
that's
no ill will to anybody wanting to for the side story, you know, the province arcs to be the main story at all.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So we're in the
That's a
province arc. We're
crazy
still in the
story.
Grim arc because we're on a bit of a hiatus at the moment.
Right. And I still need. I don't know how possible it is to do the baseball stuff with. It, I think it is, but I tweaked it a little bit. I'll have to tell you later on
Yeah.
because I have a different system for it now. But
Okay.
like people run player run events like as I mentioned earlier the pirate ship event, which props to
Yes.
Nade for what
Holy
he did.
shit! Yeah.
That is
That
nuts.
surprised me so much. Like, I woke up one morning and I had a message from Nate saying, "Hey, can I host an event?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What is it?" And he sent me a picture of this huge pirate ship and was like, "Yeah, I built this. It moves on its own." I'm like, "What the fuck? Hello?"
Yeah, like that is insane that he did
It's
that and
crazy.
like had mini ships as well. I mean, granted, a lot of it broke because server stuff is a bit rough, but you
Having
know,
a shitload of redstone pushing across the world like that with people on it is,
is
oh boy.
yeah. I mean,
But
not as
mad
bad
props to
as
Nate. He puts
no
in a lot of
kidding.
work.
Uh, I mean, not the whole redstone and people pushing thing isn't as bad as the R's lights. That was a nightmare.
Oh, don't tell us about ours lights, please, oh please. No, 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 no,
No,
no,
that's not on here. Don't worry.
no.
I know how bad that was for staff team, and
God,
it was
terrible.
painful for me because like chunks wouldn't load, and that's how I broke
Yeah.
the server one time because I just missed the chunk
Oh my
and I
god.
kept going. I was like, yeah, no, this isn't good, is it?
Yeah, no, ours lights are fully disabled, especially after the thing of Derek's house almost breaking the server beyond repair.
Did it actually?
Almost, yeah. But it was like the case of what happened to Nade's house, where you know the chunk was just broken and like it was just a mass clump of chunks that had a
Oh
shitload of ours
no.
lights in them. Managed to fix it thankfully,
Yeah.
but it was a problem. But yeah,
Yeah.
that back to the original topic. It was you know those
Right.
that we're in the birth of the province. That's
Yeah.
where we're at now. Just because we're quiet on a hiatus at the moment does not mean that things are still not happening.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make that known very, very, very soon. Because activity has died down a little bit because
Mhm.
not much is going on at the moment. But
I'm
trust me when
hoping-
I say that will change tenfold, and I know
Oh,
it
yeah.
will. I'm very confident in that.
Which reminds me, I gotta do some stuff later. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm not on the server much right now because I A finished the baseball field and B I don't need that much material right now. I mean,
Yeah, that's
can always
fine.
go for more ancient debris because I
Mhm.
have a stack of it already. I think, and I'm on my second one. Which this reminds me, this was a while ago. Silver gave me a shit ton of netherite, and a lot of that was actually gotten from just her going about and exploring, which I didn't know at
Okay.
the time because I thought it was like
Cool.
staff powers. But you deleted it. I was like, I won't question it because
I
staff.
don't remember that. I'm not gonna lie.
Ah, it's all good. Only reason why I remember because it was so much netherite. I was like, the fuck do I do with it?
No, the only things I remember, like, deleting out myself is when, there has been times where, staff have just spawned stuff in for people just to do it.
Right.
Well, I don't have a problem with, just stuff here and there, but, there was some times where it was like, heavy shit spawned in for people, and
Right.
I was like, maybe not, just because it's not fair on other players.
Yeah.
Like, it's not to be a dick to anyone else, it's just because, I want things to be fair for everybody.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. A lot of things that were deleted. I was like, huh, where how they got that? And the next thing I know, it's just gone. Like, huh. Guess it's gone now.
We can reimburse that, we can, it's fine.
No, I haven't used netherite in forever, so it's all good.
Oh, okay.
And if need be, I still have the stack of debris. I'm all good on that.
Alrighty, cool.
Alright. So the next question, I'm skipping a question in the ones that I'm going to be asking everyone else, but
Mhm.
was your character the first one that you had thought of, or were there possible other versions of it, and were there other
Oh,
characters that you had thought of?
for prototypes. Oh, interesting that you
Prototypes, oh
asked
boy.
that. Just like the server had prototypes, like the server logo, for example, had prototypes that I still have.
Did it?
Yeah, I could send those if you wanted
Ooh.
to. I still have those. There were prototypes for Sylvia, and some that may be coming to fruition very soon as
Ooh.
well. Because I couldn't decide on a lot of things for the guy. I knew what
Right.
race he wanted to be. I knew what class, obviously he's a snow elf, so he was a mage.
Right.
Um, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with him in terms of physical capability.
Right.
So I started dicking around with different ideas for what he would wear, how he
Mhm.
would act, and everything. There were some prototypes, like I said, that you may see soon that may be official, as in like, that's what he's going to be like moving forward now.
Right.
And then ultimately settled on what everybody knows today is just this isolated dick that lives in a tower.
Honestly, I know that some people's characters like don't view him as a dick. I know mine doesn't, just because like Dean doesn't see him that much at all. Like he's seen him, I think, a few times.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't view him as like an asshole because
He doesn't try to be an asshole.
yeah.
That's all. He doesn't try to be. He's too used to being on his own, and
Right.
that a lot of the times is his downfall.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. But yes, there were prototypes, yes, and then
Jeez.
the final product. Yes.
Yeah. Uh, I know that I'm gonna get a bunch of like I had this character that got shut down and this character also got shut down. This character which was let in, because I know mine at first. I don't know how much. I know my first application that I put in, it didn't get accepted for that wave, but then later on, I think like November last year, you DM'd me and I just shat my pants. I was not ready for that.
See, a
And
lot of the times as well, like when we first read the applications, like naturally we read them all as they come in.
right.
But a lot of the times it was like, at least back in like early days, it was like, well, we have so many fucking good applications, just like who to let in, where it's
Yeah.
like trickle people in. So like, I remember reading your application, and we had you on the back burner list for a while because I was like, well, we want this person in, but like we also want these people in as well. So we'll
Right.
bring this person in the next wave. Um, and so it's we do keep people under the side that have fucking incredible applications. There's been
Right.
a lot of them. There's been so many good
Really.
applications, but it's so painful though, like pushing
Oh,
people off to the side, just because it's like, well, we've already settled on these people and we can't really at the moment
I
afford to bring in more, and it's like,
I can only
so
imagine.
painful.
Because I know one like app review I was there for. I think like a good chunk of the people were here as well. Like not just staff, but like other members were there for it. I think that was the bigger wave, if I remember correctly.
Well, we did like 10 people, didn't we?
Right, we did.
Was it 10 people? I think it was.
I think it was 10,
people.
yeah.
That's like the biggest one that we've done was 10 people.
And I think that was
Holy
for
shit.
some milestone or like Christmas or something. I don't remember.
Oh,
It
it's for
was
the wasn't it for the Twitter follower thing? Was it for reaching
Twitter. Yeah, it
100
was Twitter. I
followers
think it
on
was like
Twitter?
200 followers on that.
Yeah, 100 or 200 was one of them.
I think it's 200, if I remember correctly.
It was one of them. Yeah.
Exactly, it's one of them, and it's close enough. But that was impressive that we like managed to fit 10 more people in, because like the server's already like it's a decent size. I was about to say it's crowded. It's not
pretty
crowded.
fucking packed.
Yeah, and like it's nutty that we have this many people still. It's like, damn.
It's crazy because there's still people on the back burner list that we do want to bring in.
Really?
Yeah, there's still people that we want to bring in, but it's just,
We can't.
you know, at the moment we physically cannot.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking painful. It's so painful.
Oh, I can only imagine.
It's like, 'cause I love meeting people, you know, like if
Right.
it was up to me, I mean, it is up to me at the end of the day.
That's
But, you know,
true.
I have to be sensible, you know. I
Yeah.
have to be sensible, like, think of the overall stability of the server when bringing people in
Right.
as well. But, you know, if we could just go ahead and do whatever, I'd bring everybody in all at once, you know.
Right.
But things would melt very
Oh
quickly.
yeah, the server would A,
it would
die, and B, I think if we did events, we would have to do like timed events. So it's like a set of people do it, then and like block it out, because jeez, that would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because I know one event we did had a shit ton of people, and the server just, I think it was Eulstus event that we did that had
Oh god,
a bunch of
Eulstus is
people.
crazy.
Yeah, the server was not having fun that day. I remember I walked the entire way to the area.
It calmed down when everybody was there, but like actually getting people
Getting-
there
yeah.
was. Whew.
That was rough. That was a good event, though, I will say.
Yeah, it was fun. I want to do more like that someday
Yeah.
soon. Get like a summer event going on or something.
Ooh, the
That'd be good.
Bonsai Beach was a good one. I remember that very vividly.
Ah, Bonsai. That was the first one, the beach episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the beach episode, and
Yeah, it was the first like slice of life episode. Was
Yeah.
the beach episode.
I remember because you had said that the like entire fenced off area was in play. I was like, well, let's see where this cave takes me, and that's where I found the one treasure thing, the Neptunium barrel. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on.
Very few people delve that deep into the water. Very, very few people.
I was one of the few.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I
Honestly,
found the
that-
pickaxe, though. That
Yeah, it's like one of the best pickaxes in the game.
I know.
currently.
Fortune 5, I think I'm breaking something, efficiency something as well. I'd have to look. I honestly don't remember. And I put mending on it and had Benny make it into a Gems and Jewels pickaxe, which
Did
was
we
then
already have
taken.
mending on it?
It did not. No,
Ah, I thought we did. Ah, fuck.
no, it was just the 3 enchantments, and then I put mending on it myself, and then
Okay.
I had at first I had Benny make it into a Gems and Jewels, which was then revoked because it wasn't allowed,
Oh, that's
and
back
then
when Gems and Jewels was
was
a
specifically
spirit
Wraith
thing,
and
the
spirits,
spirit
yeah.
and Wraith thing, yeah. Back when the spirits and Wraiths were insanely fucking overpowered.
hmm
They were so broken. Oh my god.
yeah, which
And then everybody got buffed and they got nerfed, and it was. Now things are on a good playing field.
yeah, I mean, well, yeah. Now that I think about it, they're pretty even, because now Scalekin and Golems have the Gems and Jewels, which you can make, or they can make for everyone. So I'm glad that was fixed, because now I have a stupidly overpowered pickaxe, stupidly overpowered axe, and 2 shovels that are amazing.
Yes, sir.
So thank God that was fixed. Or well, not fixed, but like changed, because
Changed, yeah.
I was upset when it was taken away. I was like,
I'm
my pickaxe.
sorry.
No, it wasn't your fault.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
it wasn't your fault, but because we thought we might be able to get away with it. It was me and Benny, so you know. Yeah, our combined IQ, I'm pretty sure, is about 2. So
It was funny. It was funny.
yeah. All right. So speaking of characters, what was the original direction for your character? Like, where did you want him to go?
Oh, I had to change his backstory entirely, so
Really?
yeah. His backstory wasn't nearly as traumatic as what it like what it is now. But I had to change it to fit more in line with being a blood mage, and I was like,
Right.
ah, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna.
Trauma dump.
Yeah, fuck it, why not? He was supposed to have been like a very intelligent scholar, that was high regarded within his place of research.
Right.
He was supposed to have been, an astral
Ash.
sorcerer. That
Really?
was before, snow elves could use astral. Um, and yeah, fucking, he was gonna be he's gonna be an astral mage. He was gonna have had this whole story about, stargaze and everything, like the stuff that he used to do as a kid regarding the stars, and like, stuff about his family,
Right.
how they used to teach him and tell him stories of stuff that they'd found regarding, like, fallen stars and everything on the travels and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then things got changed, and I couldn't use, Astral. So I was like, well, I have to
Well,
rewrite Sylvia
shit.
from the ground up. Where's Sylvia going now, or like where was he going to go in the future for the previous story? I won't lie here. Uh, a lot of the stuff that I do for Sylvia is very much improv on a day-to-day basis. It's
Wow.
like I have a general, somewhat idea of what I want his end goal to be. But getting there is stuff that's just improv entirely. It's not something that I set out bit by bit of like, right, well, he needs to do this and go through this in order to achieve this. It's just kind of like adds a sense of realism to it,
Right.
where it's just like, well, stuff happens, then the things that do happen, I incorporate that into his story and then look at how that can shape him moving forward.
Right.
That's how I handle him anyway.
It's like
Um,
a if this like it's more of a general direction. Like I'll get there eventually,
yes, but
but
how I get there, I could take, the left path, the right path. I could go up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start, go anywhere. But yeah, there's that.
interesting. That's
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I know for mine, I just didn't really have a direction at all. I just kind of like, yeah, he's a blacksmith.
he's a
That was
blacksmith.
it.
That's it. We got a blacksmith. There we go.
I mean, he he's pretty good at what he does. I'm not gonna lie.
So, Dean, where do you see yourself 5 years in the future? Blacksmith. Anything else? Blacksmith.
Where do you see yourself tomorrow? Blacksmith.
What did you do before you were a blacksmith? Blacksmith.
What? What is that supposed to mean? Blacksmith.
I like to think that's how it is.
It's like in a Markiplier clip they were talking about like some kid was like playing or something. They were talking about like the afterlife or something. The guy goes, "So you saw this light?" And yeah, I guess. So was there was a string, right? And he goes, yeah, sure, whatever. Like that's just how I imagine it. But like then I was like, ooh, how about trauma? And that's where I am currently with his father being dead, his mother uh, dying,
Oh
and
no.
yeah, so yeah, it's a bit of a story for that. And I will say Dean is slowly forgetting about his mother, which is honestly good for him, but
That's
not for
still
her.
sad. That's still
It's
so
sad,
sad.
but what she did is not good.
I don't know what she did.
So you know how Dean just doesn't have like his right arm; it's metal and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, you told me about
She
this. Never
didn't
mind, I do
cause
know.
it, but she
Oh.
took his arm and used that for her experiments, which is totally fucked.
Ah.
And Dean's surrogate dad, Clement, which still sad that he left. But honestly, props to Peachy because that takes immense guts to do, to just cut
Yeah.
lore there and be like, all right, I got to do this for myself. Can't like
Yeah.
it.
Peachy wanted a fresh start, and I respect that. You
Yeah,
wanted to make
same.
a new character and just go there, and I'm fine with that.
Right.
If people aren't happy with the characters that they're playing, or if they just want to experience something new, it's fine to bring in a
Yeah.
new character and do what you want there. It's all good.
Yeah. And it's honestly his new character is pretty cool. Vel.
I haven't
Only met him.
interacted with them.
I only met Vel twice. Once at the Forge, which is a funny story, and there's like a meme that I have in my head of it, and then another time at Bezo's garden, and the one at the Forge. was because Vel could smell the fumes, which Dean is accustomed to because he lives there, and uh, Vel thought that there was something burning, which technically yes, because Dean uses blazing blood and a lot of it. Um, but that whole interaction was because, thought that there was something burning, made sure that there was nothing wrong, and that was that. It was interesting, but I have like a meme in my head of just it. I'll have to make it, but to me it's funny. But
I would like to see it.
I don't have it, but when I make it, I'll send it to you. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's the cat in the overalls that just says "the fuck going on over there." But I have a specific or like I might draw it out because admittedly I've not been drawing lately and I need to get back into that because fuck am I rusty. But
a little part about drawing. I don't do that much these days.
I I took like I take hiatuses like every other week, but I've taken a lot longer one this time because I just haven't had much interest in it. But try to get back into it, and I was like, damn, I'm rusty. I need to practice again. It's just one of those things. Speaking of like race changes, if you were to pick a different race besides Snow Elf, what would you pick and why? That's
Oh God.
because I know I have an answer for this one. I
I
think
would either go Templar or Scalekin.
really.
Templar because I do like the whole like Holy Order type stuff.
Mhm.
Like kind of like
Rest in peace, Deus.
yeah, respect Deus, I miss him. He might be
He was
back
awesome.
one day. He's already told me that.
Oh hell yeah! Do I need to make
okay,
class for him again?
I do like the whole Holy Order type stuff. Kind of like
Right.
the Paladins in World of Warcraft, for example. They worship the light and everything.
All right.
Or with Scalekin because I've always loved rogue characters. Like
Right.
going around with dual daggers. Poison traps. Sneaking around.
Mhm.
I've always loved that stuff, and Scalekin are very very perfect for that.
Right.
Um,
And I think
So, yeah, I
their
believe
lore is
those
written for
two.
that as well. Like
Mhm.
they were supposed to be caravan, like I guess.
Yes, they're like hired
Lookout,
mercenaries
yeah.
essentially. They just do stuff for coin.
Right. I know there was
Like
one
guarding
applicant that
merchants, anything.
I think it was Masp that had the idea for a Scalekin assassin, which was shot down very
Was it?
quickly. Yeah, I think it was because I was there for that, and I was like, "Oh, Masp, right."
I don't remember that one. I'd have to read over it again.
I think what Masp wanted was to have a hired assassin to, like, I guess go out and kill people or something like that, or
Oh,
something.
was it just kill people at random?
I think so. I'd have to look at the application again, or at least ask Masp about it.
I don't remember.
Because I know we
really
looked at
don't
it because they had sent in multiple, and we'd put that on the back just to let the people who've sent in one to get them, squared away first, and then go to the most recent.
I'd have
application.
to read over it again. I really don't remember.
I vaguely do. I think that's what Mass wanted, or something like that. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, I think if I were to pick a different race, it would actually be a wraith, because
Oh.
just
Brim gang.
oh, thanks Steam for telling me that I just purchased something. Appreciate that. That's gonna
yes.
pop up in the recording. Thanks for telling me that I purchased a thing again. Cool. Yeah, I cropped the source in OBS to make it so that you can't see the servers on the left, the taskbar on the bottom, and then just the exiting thing on the top.
Hmm.
Didn't realize that I'd get notifications. So you'll see that a few of my friends got on stuff on Steam, so that's nice. Still figuring stuff out for this, but yeah, when I because I heard that like spirits or raids were like closed off for some because there were so many or something like
Oh
that.
my god, everybody wanted to be a spirit or wraith. Oh my god. There's so many when we first started. There was like so many
Right.
spirits and wraiths. So
And now
so
there's
many.
like a few.
Phew.
But like just the concept of like an angry spirit or just a spirit in general, to me, just being able to like be a dick, even though like Benny isn't. But it's a weird like thing that I want to explain, but it's like hard to figure it out how to like word it, because like spirits are like the more benevolent like souls, and then wraiths are like they were like angry or something, or like something was
Yeah, they died with hatred and like
right,
with the unwillingness to let go.
right. And it's like I feel like there was something that I could have done for a wraith that would be like, ooh, that's kind of cool, that like that would work. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, well, maybe, because ooh, I just got an idea.
Ooh.
So I could, depending on how things go, because I know you had said a while ago that like RNG2 is a thing, or is going to be a thing. You were thinking about the races and whatnot. If raids are a thing, I could rewrite Dean into a wraith, because he's still going to carry that hatred.
Out here leaking
Dean
future
Part 2
plans.
Electric Boogaloo, let's go.
Fucking out here leaking plans of RNG Season 2 later down the road. Oh my fucking god.
Hey, I didn't leak anything, I just said that you were working on it, and that there's thoughts of like what races are going to be there. I don't know what there's going to be,
No,
but if there are raids...
we're not working on
saying.
it, so to speak, at the moment. The stuff there that's in theory for like if Season 2 were to ever happen, there's stuff there. There's stuff there.
Alright,
But naturally, focus is still what we currently
right
have.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if raids are a thing for Season 2, if... I'm just saying, I could do that.
I don't know what is it gonna be? What is gonna be a thing? Only time will tell.
That is true. That is true.
Only time will tell.
That is true. And speaking of the server, what are your overall thoughts on just the server itself? Like the other members and the staff team that you've...
Shit, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I know I jest. I say that a lot, but I am kidding. No. In realistically, I do love it here.
That's awesome.
It is a passion project.
That turned out really well.
Thank you very much. It is a passion project.
Love it here.
Thanks, man. It's something that I didn't expect to be where it's at today, especially not as quickly as it did as well. Like, the public Discord had over 100 members before the launch day.
Really?
Yeah, it was so fucking crazy.
Jeez.
I remember I was out one time and I was going to be away for the weekend, and things were just business as usual. And then my phone started blowing up from LB, and she was like, check the public Discord now. You need to look now. And it was just people flooding in left, right, and center.
Wow.
And I was like, very overwhelmed. Naturally, I'm not going to be there for the weekend. And two, what the fuck is going on?
Right.
I'm very, very grateful for where we're at today. I've met some fantastic people with it.
Right.
That's not to say that it isn't hard or stressful or anything, because I'll be the first to admit that it is. That goes with anything though. Like even if it is a passion project, with big communities and stuff, there is going to be times where things can be stressful and things can be a bit overwhelming at times. And that's normal. That happens with every group thing. I'm fully conscious of that. But it boils down to how it's handled. Like for us, for example, things are, a bit hectic, here and there. So we're taking the hiatus at the moment while we plan out future stuff. So then we're not overwhelming ourselves, and not overwhelming staff, not overwhelming the members and everything like that too. Just so we can make sure everybody's happy. But, as much as I jest and I joke around here, I say, "Oh, I fucking hate this place, it's a piece of shit." Everybody knows I don't mean that. Everyone knows I don't mean that. I love it here. I wouldn't be in the position that I am without the people here.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to be that, like generic fucking YouTuber guy that says, "Oh, you guys made me," but you did technically, didn't you? Technically.
In a way.
In a way, yeah. Like I wouldn't, be doing this project if it wasn't for any of you guys. Like you guys are the server. You are the life of RNG. It wouldn't exist without you guys. Like no matter how much work I alone put into it, if you guys weren't here, it wouldn't be here, and it wouldn't be the same as it is now. So I'm always going to be grateful for just everybody in here. Like absolutely everybody in here, even the people that have left. fucking love them to pieces.
Yeah.
Always gonna be grateful for them. Um, it's just this type of stuff's very rare to have happen.
Mhm.
SMPs, they pop up left, right, and center.
Yeah.
But it is a rarity that you do get a very close, tight-knit group of friends from it, and it
Yeah.
still survives and flourishes even through the downtime. Because even though there's not much going on, like, in the actual game itself these days,
Right.
while we're working on this other stuff, the server's still active as ever. Everybody's
Mhm.
talking in here every day. Everybody's interacting, playing games together.
Yeah.
It's great, man. I love this place to pieces. I
Yeah.
don't know what I would do without it. It's definitely helped me in a lot of areas.
Mhm.
It's also been the thing that brought on my passion for writing. And
Oh yeah.
my overall scope of the server and stuff has increased because of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah. I know, like you'd said, that people are playing games with each other. Me and Biza, we started a raft on Raft.
Oh, I want to play Raft.
Fucking love that game.
I want
Um,
to play Raft so bad.
it is beyond fun. I
It
started my
looks
own.
really fun.
It is. I started my own on peaceful because I was like, I can't do easy. I'd get killed in 2 seconds. But it's it's one of those games where it's just like it's honestly it's just fun. It's one of those games where you pick up. It's just like, oh, I could play this here and there, and then when you start getting into it, it's like, the fuck is this story? Because there's a story behind for it too, and it's honestly insane what the developers did. And
I wouldn't know yet. I wouldn't know yet.
it's fun. Um, and like I got introduced to V Rising, which I still need to play that with you and Silver at some
So
point.
good. That's so
It's
good.
such a fun game. Granted,
So good.
like Sean had said that he had gotten done with all the bosses in like 40 hours. I was like, huh?
Wait, Sean's done?
Yeah, like
Oh
he's
my
done all the
god.
bosses. Or like the V Blood stuff. He's done all the He's just insane.
Jesus Christ.
Like I'll get on like Destiny 2 or something. I'll just see, oh, Sean's playing V Rising. I'm like, oh boy. So yeah, and then again, V Rising is one of those games where it's like, oh yeah, this will be fun with a group of people, and from what I've seen, it is.
Yeah, it's fantastic with friends, man. It really is.
Yeah, and I know that speaking of Silver, her, Bezo, and Sean, right? Sean played The Forest.
Yeah, I was invited to that and then I went to sleep.
Wait, you were?
Well, I'm tired. Yeah, Silver invited me to it.
Oh.
Because I really wanted to play as well, and she hit me up when y'all will start, and I was like, I want to.
Oh yeah, because you said you wanted to play with us at some point.
I love the forest.
That's so much fun. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out at one point I tried to figure out a way to get down in the quarry without dying. I thought I had it, but I was like, nah, I gotta go back up. But yeah, again, one of those games where you just pick up. It's just like, oh yeah, this is fun. Still haven't
It's a
played
good
it after,
time.
but
Yeah.
But oh, by the way, Bezo says hi. Uh,
What?
Bezo says hi. They messaged me just
Oh,
now.
hi Buzo. Hello.
Bezo is another member of the server. I
Buzo
don't know.
cameo.
Bezo cameo. I don't know when I will get to them, but at some point I will. I'm just not sure what episode that'll be.
Yeah.
But that'll be probably somewhere in the middle of all this. But yeah, it's again games great to play with other people.
Heck yeah, man.
All right. And then my next question is, what is your current view on the story since you are writing it? Like, how do you feel towards it?
Oh, that's a question. Current view on the story is I know how people feel towards it, and I've said this
Right.
before and everybody understands this, is that the story, wasn't planned, like as it is now, it wasn't planned to be the main story. So, when I planned out the side story, very linear path from start to
Right.
finish, and that's what we're in at the moment because, the stuff that we're experiencing right now through the Brim arc is the stuff that I had planned out on the linear path, right?
Right.
And it's very hard to tweak things, especially like how far in we are.
Yeah.
Since we're only about like 2 or 3 events from the end of it.
Jeez.
yeah, there's not many left at all. Um, so I know that some people aren't particularly, too happy with how linear it's been, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But they also do understand at the same time that it's not going to be like that once
Yeah.
we're out of, the Brim arc at the end of that. Everything's
Right.
gonna be tailored around other people. I personally, I like the story. Naturally there's gonna be some bias there because I'm the one writing it. I I enjoy it. That I quite frequently when I finish writing something, I frantically send it to other people that aren't in the server as well. Of like, hey, can you read this and tell me if it's
And
any good?
yeah, and make sure
Like,
it's
cause
like all
I
good.
yeah, because I don't. The way that I am with writing is that I don't feel comfortable putting something out there unless I myself see it as good. Which is why we're on the hiatus at the moment as well, so then we can work on the other
Hmm.
stuff that I feel is going to be better. Um,
Right.
it's just personal pet peeve. Like I don't want to put anything else out that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not enjoying it, other people won't as well. I want to feel confident in my own stuff.
Yeah. I get that.
Um, with future stuff in the story, I'm very happy with it. Like I have an overall outline of things that I would like to have happen.
Hmm.
Like the overall basis of the strain arc, but what actually happens in that, is going to be down to the players themselves.
Right.
Um,
Which is kind of
Moving
where
forward.
some of the, or like this most recent event was kind of driven by the players as well.
Which one?
The one where like the most recent one with
Oh, with
the
capturing
town.
power?
No, with the town.
The town?
Uh oh shit, did you not see that one?
What are you talking about the town?
Um
The one
there
with
was
the
a
tower and you're underground and everything?
yeah.
Yeah, people don't know this. I did put an announcement out there. That wasn't main story.
Yeah. Well,
That's
I
just a character event that Silver made.
really? Oh.
Yeah, it was just a character event. It's not part of the main story. It's just character event to push their own character forward. Like
Hmm.
how like I put an announcement a while back. Like if people want to have events for their own stories, they're more than welcome to approach me and be like, "Hey, I want to set this up." And be like, "Yep, sure, let's do it. Let's get an official announcement out for it and get
Me
you
making
going."
baseball.
Yeah, and it's like like with Sean, for example, he wants his own story as like events and everything. So like, yeah, we can plan stuff around that too. So
Right.
that's what that most recent event was. It was just a character story.
Yeah. I yeah, me not making baseball, that's just not story at all. Like I had the idea and I was like, I wonder. And yes, it's possible. Which I still need to like actually make happen because field's done. That's all done. Just need to get some things set up. Because I figured out that uh, if I use like a shovel as the bat instead, it'll work better. Because people won't
Oh.
be as inclined to use the knockback 30.
Hmm.
Because it'll have 1 or 0 if I can get it there. So figured that out. I was like,
Okay.
that'll work.
Cool.
But that's a later date when when we get that when I get that sorted and whatnot, and when I can
Yeah,
actually
man.
get all the materials for that.
I'm excited to play it.
Yeah, especially because I asked Stitches a while ago and she was all right with being the ball, and
Oh my god, we're gonna hit around. Oh my god.
like okay, well we would use a chicken, but the only issue is that the way that catching is set up is that you have to use a piggy backpack,
Right.
and if you use that, then the chicken won't be able to get off your head without going into your inventory and taking it out. So it it's a whole system with the ball, or in this case Stitch is holding shift the entire time. And or not shift, but like when she gets onto someone, press shift, fall down, use Ichor Sling, throw it to someone else. That's how I picture it.
I'm so hectic.
Yeah, it's weird, but like the way that I envisioned it is somewhat chaotic, but hopefully it works. But yeah, that baseball is just not story. It's just something fun that I thought would work, and surprisingly, it can work. So anyway, so my next question is, what mod would you add if you could? And I know you already added the Berserk mod, which was funny.
Oh yeah, that and just for the funny things.
For the pirate event, yeah.
There's a lot that I would add in. Um,
But like, if you could pick one specifically, what
oh,
would it
God, you're
be?
gonna do this to me. Oh God,
I'm
what
sorry,
mod do you
but
want in? Oh, you
let's
bastard.
see, top five, top five. We'll go with that. We'll make it a little more broad.
Right, I think it's called the Maho Sukai mod. Let me check that. Hold on.
Sounds like an anime.
Yeah, the Maho Sukai mod, it's a magic mod that lets you do like insanely fucking over the top spells. Um
Really,
like have you ever watched like Konosuba for example?
I have not. Like, I've seen like part of the first episode, but
Right.
that was about it.
Well, you know, like in some like anime and everything, like when a mage casts a spell with the staff, it shows like a glyph around the edge of the staff, and like the stronger the spell is, the bigger the glyph is, and
Right.
sometimes the glyphs stack on each other and everything.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that, and you
Ooh.
can have like giant, like laser beams and everything. It's great.
But that sounds fun.
Um, there's that one. Electro Bob's Wizardry. That one's really fun. Naturally, if it worked, excuse me. Naturally, if it worked, I would add in the dinosaur mod because I want dinosaurs, please and thank you.
I know.
Um,
I'd seen on Chapcraft that was in, and I know someone had figured it out.
I love my dinosaur mod. I love it so much. I want it in RNG so bad, please.
That'd be fun, but
It doesn't make sense at fucking all.
unfortunately, it doesn't.
There's that.
Actually, it could. No. Never mind. Never
It's too
mind.
scientific. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Um, there's that one. You know, I wanted more dimension mods in there. Like I wanted to make lore around the Twilight Forest and everything.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
And I wanted to. Oh, can I say that? Fuck it, why not? I want to make lore around the Aether and stuff, which still might be happening.
Ooh.
Um,
That'd be fun.
but you know that's to be determined.
Right.
But those would be like top 5-ish. Yeah.
Right.
Couldn't pick one. Couldn't pick one. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
complicated.
it's all good. That's why I said top five after. Because like I know for me picking out a specific mod is hard because there's just so many good ones. But that's like the one that I had asked about, which was Tinker's, is in, and I was like, yes. But the sad part is that the Tinker's Armory isn't a thing. But I know for the right reason that it's not, because God, is that armor stupidly good.
Is it? Oh no.
Yeah. The Tinker's Armory, you can make armor out of like the materials that you get from Tinkers and whatnot. And you can get increased block reach or increased let's see. Oh, now I'm trying to think. Because I know I'd played around with it like my sophomore year on my school computer, because I admittedly downloaded Minecraft onto it, but you know, no one knew. But messed around with on Hexit, which was the like main mod pack that I used. So much fun. But with Tinker's Armory, you can make ridiculously overpowered armor, and good thing it's not in, because God, would that be yeah, that's just, it's just stupid what you can do with the armor. But yeah, that's the one mod I would add, but I can't because the armor is just stupidly overpowered.
Well, we'll see what happens in the future for how difficulty progresses in the server.
I swear, if it does get added, I will make a living off of it. I will make a
We're
goddamn
always,
fortune off of it.
Always willing to add in new mods, as you know.
Well,
Granted, they don't break the fucking server.
the only issue with the armor is that it's has a lot of durability, A, and B, it can get really overpowered really quick if made correctly. So people could have Manulin or Manulin, still don't know how to pronounce it, armor, which could have like increased block reach on the chest plate. You can have, I think if it's in that, mending moss, which is basically mending but for Tinker stuff. And then let's see here. trying to think. I know I had played around with it a while ago. You can get like blast resistance, fire resistance, and just like general resistance. But it can stack to like 5 or something like that, which is just complete immunity to it. So yeah, that's why I think good it's not in, because God, would that be terrible to go up against? Just thinking about it, it'd be a nightmare to make.
Yeah, it'd be fucking hell.
Oh yeah. 12, he's playing Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. That's nice.
Heck yeah.
He was in VC a while ago, and Shauna's Discord playing that, and I was like, oh, that seems pretty cool. Don't have money for it, but you know. All right.
See, that's why you get EA Play on Steam for like $3.99.
Damn. All right. I'll have to get that later then. Alright, so my next question is, what relations has your character made with other members' characters? I know Sylvia has a relationship with Ellie, and that's all I know. But besides that, what other relations have been made?
Naturally with Bree, you know, it was LB.
Right. Oh yeah, I forgot
Derek,
that was
he's
the
like
one
a
that I
kid
had.
to him.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about now, but you know.
Sean and Benny are like fucking rats that won't get off his lawn.
Especially Sean, because they're next door neighbors.
God, who else does he talk to frequently? He doesn't really talk to people, does he? Fuck,
No.
Jesus Christ, he's boring. Oh, I don't know. Oh, that's a good question.
I didn't
He
know this
was in
question.
good ties with Rolder, you know, Deus. For a while, before Deus left.
Right.
He fucking hates Shelton.
Yeah.
Absolutely hates Shelton.
Fair.
He's got some ties with Ronmere,
Right.
in the sense of Ronmere was trying to pursue a relationship with Bree, but naturally Sylvia, being like the older brother type thing's a little bit defensive of that.
Right.
Oh god, I don't know. That's all I can think of at the top of my head.
Right. And that's completely fair. Like, again, there's so many members, it's hard to keep track of sometimes.
It is so hard to, man.
I know that Bezo's character, Bezo, like, checks on everyone, I think, right? Like, canonically, is always going around checking.
Bezo as well.
Yeah. I know that's one of the main things. Let's see. I know another character that you played, Grimsnamp, which is Sylvia's cousin.
Grimsnap, yeah.
Just waltzed into fucking Dean's Forge like, yeah, that's a pretty nice place. Who the fuck are you? that was pretty funny. That was a good interaction, because everyone's like, have you seen this Grimsnap guy? And Dean's just like, I apologize for all of you. You guys just, like, what the fuck did you do to him? It was like Shauna had pulled her crossbow, Bezo pulled out an axe on accident, and then I think a few other people, like, semi-threatened his life or something like that. But
Wait,
Dean's like,
what happened?
like, Shauna pulled out her crossbow, like, why?
Oh, on Grimsnap?
Yeah, like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Bezo had pulled
I love
out
that
their...
guy.
Bezo had
I
pulled
love
out...
him so much.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Grimsnap's just an excuse for me to be an asshole to everyone. It's great.
Is it actually?
No, it's not actually.
Oh,
No. But he is
that's
an
the same,
asshole. He is an asshole, though.
Yeah. I mean, considering that... hold on. I'm trying to think. Because I know Dean had just given him, like, 2 obsidian panes. Just, like, here, just get out of my
Oh, yeah,
forge,
that's
please.
still in the little fucking hole in the wall.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's still there.
Oh, that's great. Because I know Dean was just like, why are you here? Who are you? Why? But that was fun.
Yeah, Miss Grimm's now need to do the little stuff that I want to do with him sometime.
Mm-hmm. And again, speaking of characters, if you could change one thing that has either happened to your character or your character has done, would you? And what would that
Um,
be?
hmm. I don't know. What would I change about him? Stuff that he's done.
It can be either something that has happened or that, you know, your character has done. Or that Sylvia
Does
has done.
backstory count too?
Yes.
I'd change his entire backstory to what it used to be.
Fair enough.
That's what I would do. If I could, I would. I'm too deep in now to do that, though.
That is completely fair. I mean,
But no. If I had to pick one thing, though, maybe not be such an asshole when it came to helping way back.
right.
You know, maybe a bit more willing to talk to people back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd give it that one. Yeah.
That sounds like a good idea. I mean, I know Dean has not like had much of an interaction with him other than uh, taking Bree to his forge to get the axe, which, goddamn, I'm pretty sure that Bree had apologized to Dean for Sylvia's actions. I was like, it's fine, just don't worry about it.
Really?
Like, Dean didn't even accept payment as well.
Oh.
Like, just take it, go.
It was, I want to change his attitude, as you'll see sometime soon, whenever I can
Yeah.
muster up the courage to finish the drawing I'm doing of him.
Ooh. That'll be interesting.
Yes.
I know for me, my one thing to change would be his father dying, for Dean, because that was his biggest inspiration. And like I'm kind of playing it off of like me as myself in a way, because like I know if I had lost my dad, I would be just complete shambles, because like he's my inspiration for my sense of humor, how I just perceive life in general. So it's like that to me kind of like hurt because it was rough, because I actually did cry because I really didn't want to do it to him, but at the same time it's like it would be kind of good. So yeah,
You've
that's
already delved too deep into it, so you're like, maybe
Yeah.
I can't do that anymore.
yeah. So, but I have made it a point that Dean does visit his father's grave at least once a day, if not once a week. So that is one thing that he is doing. So he's coping with that.
Just inhaling copium.
Exactly. Alright. So my final question, this is kind of like it's not really I don't know how I would word it, but like, out of the 4 regions, what is your favorite?
Grim.
Make a point.
I'm joking.
I was supposed to say that isn't yours, but
Hearth. I have a lot of stuff I
Really?
want to do with the Hearth. I have a shitload of stuff. Yeah,
Ooh.
there is a lot, and the Hearth arc is the one I'm most excited for as well.
The dwarves finally get their acceptance letter to Hogwarts. Let's go.
There's so much shit that I want to do with the Hearth itself, and that I am doing with the Hearth itself behind the scenes for upcoming stuff. They're gonna be fleshed out a fucking shitload, just because it goes back to inspiration stuff from like World of Warcraft and that.
Right.
It's like, I fucking love the dwarves and gnomes in World of Warcraft. Like everything to do with Ironforge and Gnome Regan and just Loch Modan, everything in general.
Alright.
From around that area in World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
I want to incorporate little bits and pieces of that into here as well. So I've been writing a hell of a lot of lore, like new world lore for gnomes and dwarves and everything, like the Hearth areas. Naturally, orcs will be thrown in there too.
Right.
But yeah, the Hearth. I got a lot of stuff planned for that. A lot of stuff.
Yay, my region.
It's a fun place. What about you though? What's your favorite area?
See, I like all of them, although the ones that have the mutants, so the Strain, the Brim, and the Hearth, which unfortunately I live in the Hearth, because
Hmm.
dwarf. But, like, that's like one of the drawbacks of those three, but my favorite is the Jade, because it's like a dense forest, and that kind of reminds me of my home before I lived here in Ohio, because we had, like, just dense woods behind our house, and it kind of reminds me of that. And dark oak, I love dark oak wood. That is my all-time favorite, mainly because the doors look like chocolate bars.
We do like the chocolate bar doors though.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All-time favorite wood.
Heck yeah.
But that is my last question.
Alrighty.
So I'm excited for how this podcast will turn out. I'm like
Yeah, it's
genuinely
gonna be fun,
excited.
man. I'm definitely gonna be listening to it on everybody's stuff.
Right.
You know, I'm gonna be very, very attentive to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like the thoughts on the story and whatnot. I know staff will be on top of that. Like, all right, what are we doing wrong?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be on that like a fucking hawk.
And which is completely fair because I know people are like, "Oh, the story's good," when in reality, like, well,
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Everybody has, opinions and gripes, and that's fine. You know,
right.
as a community, at the end of the day, you can't. The way that, I've come to accept it is, I've been told by a lot of people is that,
Mm-hmm.
with a community as large as this, you physically cannot please everybody, like, to a T perfectly. Everybody is going to have, gripes here and there and opinions and stuff, which is
Right.
perfectly normal and it's fine. And
Yeah.
it just boils down to the willingness of being able to work with those opinions and, see what you can do in order to fall in line with others' opinions while still retaining what you want to do as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, I'm more than happy in doing that. More
Yeah.
than happy. That's not a problem in the slightest. If somebody's not happy with something, all they have to do is just say, I'll do anything that I can to fix that and remedy that.
Right.
Yeah.
I know my only thing is that some people will like talk over people. That's my only thing. Other than that, I love
Yeah, we're still
stories and
still
whatnot.
trying to work on that. We're still trying to work on everybody screaming and shouting over each other. To which we did have the talking stick for a while.
I think I still have a no talking stick die or something like that from Toffee.
I have no idea where the talking sticks even went. They got lost.
I may still have one. I'll have to look, but yeah, we had the talking sticks for the interrogation, which the whole Breeze mollywopping fucking Tegan surprised me. That was interesting, but I know that was probably planned, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I don't think that would have happened, regardless.
Yeah.
Because like stuff like that can't be like it's not improv. That's like written.
But which part was written? I just had a fucking brain blank for a moment.
No, you're good. Like Bree killing Tegan.
Oh yeah, killing Tegan was written. Yeah.
Yeah, because like that. Oof, the one-liner was amazing. Like that can't be written or can't be like improv. That has to be written.
Wait, which one-liner?
Bree just straight up said "fuck you" and just smacked.
Oh no, that was improv. It was just
That was
fuck
improv?
you. Yeah, she just went "fuck you." That was it.
Oh, that's awesome. I thought that was written.
Nah, what she did after Sylvia walked out of the room was improv. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I thought that wasn't.
No.
Damn. Although I will say the one thing, the before that, the parkour, that was nightmare.
Ah, thank you. I take a compliment on that. I enjoy my parkour courses. See, I'm very, very
It was-
psychotic when it comes to my parkour
It
courses
shows.
because I sit there and know the fact that they're doable because I have done them.
That you have done, yeah.
Before anything that I do with parkour stuff, I run through the entire course in
Just to make
survival
sure,
mode
yeah.
myself to make sure that everything is possible. And everything is possible as intended.
Mhm.
And it's great sitting back watching people fucking fail at it. It's so good. And that sounds like an asshole thing, but it is fun. It's really fun.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I'm sure everybody else would love to see me suffer the way that they have in parkour
I
courses.
I deafened and just sped through it as fast as I could, and I got decently far, and I fell. Still upset about that. But the one thing, like afterwards, Sylvia's like, "You guys know that there's a secret tunnel in the bathroom, right?" Everyone's like, "God damn it!"
That's what I went through.
I wonder if like someone had figured it out. Like, anyone see this? No. All right then. But props to Nate for finishing it though. That's
Oh my god, Nade fucking killed it.
oh yeah, no,
Absolutely killed it.
like that is amazing that he did that.
I do want to do more parkour, but
Oh,
you
God.
know, I don't know if I should, so I'm not.
People will complain about it. That's for sure.
Maybe as a side event one time, so it's optional.
Side event of parkour, God.
Yeah,
Be
if
a
anyone wants to
nightmare.
come and do parkour and get reward, the options there. You don't have to do it, but you can.
Is the reward upon completion or just doing it?
Upon completion.
I might have to do that then. But no, parkour is like, I remember I used to be ridiculously good at it for some reason, and then I just stopped playing Minecraft, and then, well, after that I got rusty. So, but that's parkour for you.
Yeah.
But I think that about covers everything that I have to ask.
Alrighty.
The questions that I asked you, besides the ones that were tailored towards you, like the first two,
Huh?
like the initial inspiration for the server, and then the story before the arcs. Those two were just specifically for you, since you are the owner of the SMP, and I wanted to know. So
Alright.
and like everything that I've asked will be asked for everyone. So that is how the layout of the podcast will be.
Cool.
But
Nice.
I'm excited to get this on the road, and like
yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to everything.
I don't know where I'll post it. I'll probably do it on like YouTube or something.
Okay.
But that is like my one thing. Like
Fuck
I
yeah,
thought
man,
of it
it's a
and I was
really
like,
cool project.
this is awesome. And the
Heck
fact that
yeah,
you
dude.
greenlit it, I was just like, yes.
Yeah, you didn't have to ask for permission to interview people, dude. You could have just done it.
I know, but like it would have just been weird to like, hey, you want to be interviewed?
That's fine.
I know, but like I just want to make sure before people are like, no. It's just it's one of those things for me.
No, I get it. I get it.
But
It's been a lot of fun though. I've
yeah.
enjoyed it a lot. It's been fun.
yeah.
Yeah. And thank you for having me on.
Oh yeah, no problem. I actually the reason why I asked you first was because A, I wanted you to be the first guest, and then B, because well I wanted permission. So that was the main thing. But yeah, no, this will be fun. I think because get to hear like why people are here. You know, like possible other characters. Like it's fascinating to hear what other people like what they have made before, and like what they could have made. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But
I'm looking forward to seeing what everybody else see if they had any prototypes for characters they were toying around with or anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
but that will about do it.
Alright.
To the people watching, thank you for watching. There will be more episodes. If I can get this on fucking what's it called, Spotify, that'd be great. But doubt it. Wish, but
You can always try. You can always try.
oh, I know. But for those watching and for those listening, thank you for watching and or listening. I appreciate it, and hopefully I can get more people to agree to this.